Hazrat Sahib in this speech was discussing how we can overcome our low desires, our nafse amara, and turn to God. And the first thing, the most important prime thing he said is effort on our own part. And then he goes on to say, the second way of attaining true purity and righteousness, so that your end may be good, is supplication. Therefore, supplicate as much as you can. This method is highly effective and useful, for Allah Himself says, "Supplicate to me and I will accept your prayer." Supplication is a thing on which Muslims should be very proud. Other nations do not value prayer and supplication. And when they don't value it, how could they be proud of it? It's a distinguishing feature of Islam which is unknown in other religions. For example, when Christians believe that a man whom they believe to be God has given a sacrifice for us, and they depend on it, and they believe that he has taken all their sins upon his shoulders, then what is the matter which will create a fervor in their heart for supplication? It is impossible that they can supplicate with that softness in their heart. That person prays who understands his responsibility. He understands that he is accountable. But a person who thinks he is free of that, why would he supplicate? He thinks that his sins have been taken by another person, and he is not responsible and therefore not accountable. So how will this movement, how will his heart be moved to supplicate? He depends on something else, and this is what takes him away from supplication to God. Thus, for a Christian, supplication is without any benefit, and he cannot act upon it. In his heart, the fervor required for real supplication is not produced. In the same way, an Arya who believes in reincarnation and transmigration of souls, he believes that his prayer cannot be accepted and his sins cannot be forgiven. Then why should he pray? He believes that he has to go through this circle of reincarnation and being born and reborn as a bull, as a horse, as a donkey, as a cow, as a dog, as a pig, and so on. He will not come to this path. So, this shows clearly that supplication is the distinguishing feature of Islam, and Muslims should be proud of that. But remember this too, that supplication does not just mean moving your tongue. Supplication is something that fills your heart with fear of the loss of God's love and your soul should flow to his doorstep and asks from God strength and power and forgiveness for man's weaknesses and his mistakes. That condition, in other words, may be termed death. When you find yourself in such a condition, then believe with certainty that the door of acceptance of your supplication will be opened. And a special power and blessing and steadfastness to save yourself from evil and to be steadfast on the good is granted. And this method is the best of all. I will end here today, and I will continue with what Hazrat Sahib says about supplication and the people of his time, and you will find that what he is saying is as relevant today as it was at his time.